Gather round, children, long have to wait. There'll be fun and adventure for all. Story time with Cait. A world of imagination is there for you to take. All you gotta do is listen. It's story time with Cait. It's story time with Cait.
Hey everyone, welcome to Story Time with Jingles. That's me. Psst, it's still me. I'm Cait. Don't worry about it. What do you guys think of my getup? This is my new and improved elf look. What do you think? So I go by Jingles now. I don't know. Today, we have a very special guest rejoining us for year 2 is Mrs. Claus herself. Say hi to the camera, Mrs. Claus.
Hello.
Super excited to have her here. Today, she is going to be doing the reading, and she's going to read Elfie the Elf, written by Cheryl DeVliesschouwer, illustrated by Christian J. Gotten. So, now I'll just hand this off to you.
Well, thank you so much, Jingles.
No problem. That is my
am-
name, Jingles. Don't wear it out. And now, you can get to reading.
Okay. Elfie the Elf. Time for bed, children. It is almost 9 o'clock, and I promised your parents you would be in bed before they get home. Granny announced as she slowly lifted herself out of her rocking chair. Oh, Granny, we're not that tired yet. It's too early, stretched Rosie as she quickly covered her mouth, mimicking a bedtime yawn. Yeah, Granny, tell us a bedtime story. Tell us about one of your adventures that happened long, long ago, pleaded James as he tugged on her fuzzy blue sweater. Well, children, I have one adventure that I've never shared with another soul. A very long time ago, I made a promise to a very special friend of mine, and I'm not sure you can keep a secret, said Granny with a twinkle in her eye. Yes, we can, Granny. I know we can, begged Rosie. Let's go upstairs, and perhaps I'll let you in on a very secretive adventure, Granny whispered as they all made their way upstairs and sat down by James's bed. A very long time ago, when I was just a little girl, my father was stationed to work at the North Pole. I was very unhappy about moving away and leaving my friends behind. When we arrived at the North Pole, I couldn't believe how high the snowdrifts were and how cold it was. But the worst part was that I didn't have anyone to play with. Many nights I cried myself to sleep. I wish I could go home, but I knew that was impossible. Christmas was getting closer, and I didn't think Santa Claus would know where to find me. One night, I thought I heard a strange noise outside of my bedroom window. It sounded like a very tiny squeaky mouse. Quickly, I jumped out of my bed and ran to look out of my window. There in the snowbank, I saw a tiny blue elf crying. Oh, Granny, what did you do? Was he really blue? Did he talk to you, or did he run away? Asked Rosie. Be quiet, Rosie. Let Granny finish the story, snapped James, who sat perfectly still, hanging on to every word Granny spoke. All right, James, I'll continue. I climbed out of my window and very cautiously made my way to see this unusual little blue elf. He was so tiny, no higher than my knee. He had pointy ears and a very red nose. He was dressed in a blue fuzzy jacket with matching pants, and his face was really blue. This tiny elf was so upset he didn't even realize I was sitting next to him. Granny looked out the window and continued her story. Hello there, little blue elf. Why are you crying, and what are you doing all alone out here on such a cold night? I asked. Oh, you wouldn't understand. Nobody can help me. I'm hopeless, said the elf. Hopeless? Why would you say that? Santa sent me on an errand and I got myself lost. I don't know where I am. You know Santa? The real Santa Claus? Of course I do. I'm Elfie, one of Santa's helpers. I make toys for children all around the world, and I used to be one of the best toy makers around. Oh, Elfie, what do you mean you used to be one of the best toy makers? I can't do anything right. Everything I touch turns out to be a disaster. All the other elves laugh at me and tell me I'm a terrible toy maker. Oh, Elfie, let me help you. I know exactly how you feel. Ever since we moved here, I have been so unhappy. I don't have any friends. And I bet Santa Claus won't even know where to find me on Christmas Eve. Oh, yes, he does. Santa Claus knows everything. And I'd love to be your friend if you would like. Elfie, I would love to have you for my friend. Since we're friends and friends help each other, let me help you. If you take me to Santa's workshop, I'll help you make the toys, and you'll be the best toy maker once again. Together, Elfie and I trudged through the snowdrift after snowdrift until we finally found a tiny village. It was in the middle of nowhere. Elves of all different colors were busy packing Santa's bag. They were scurrying here and there. And then I saw the reindeer. They were so huge, and there seemed to be something magical about them. It was almost as if they understood every single word that was said, Granny continued. One tiny elf saw Elfie and he called out to the others, "Hey, look who's finally back. Hey, Elfie, did you lose your way again?" A group of elves surrounded Elfie and teased him about forgetting to put wheels on the toy trains and putting soldier heads on the body of teddy bears. I couldn't stand to hear how mean those little elves were being to Elfie, and I yelled really loudly, "Stop it! Stop it! Stop teasing Elfie! He is a very kind and sad little elf. And maybe if you realized that, you wouldn't be so cruel." Just then, Santa Claus appeared.
Ho, ho, ho! What do we have here? Elfie, why are you crying? Who is this little girl? You know I don't allow visitors here at Santa Land.
Hello, Santa. I'm Jessica. Please don't be angry with Elfie. I asked him to bring me here so I could help him. I motioned to Santa, asking him to bend down, and then I whispered something in his ear.
Ho, ho, ho! Jessica, I think you are right. I should have figured that out long ago.
Granny, what did you tell him? Asked James. When Elfie and I were walking through the snowdrifts, I noticed he couldn't read any of the road signs until he was right on top of them. He couldn't see them because he needed glasses. Santa Claus went over to the workbench and found a pair of glasses that were just perfect for Elfie. Oh, Granny, you really met Elfie and Santa Claus? Were you ever lucky? Beamed James. I'll never forget that night. While singing a holiday jingle, the elves let me help them pack Santa's sleigh. And the very next thing I remember, I was back at home. But how did you get home? Rosie asked. I don't remember. I guess Santa took me home, Granny proudly spoke. Did you ever go back and visit Elfie and Santa Claus? Questioned James. That's the funny thing. As many times as I tried, I never could find my way back to Santaland. All I remember is finding a letter and a tape inside my Christmas stocking the next morning. In fact, I think that letter is hiding somewhere in my pocket. Granny pulled a crumpled, tattered piece of paper from her pocket and began reading. Dear Jessica, thank you for all your help. The other elves and I will never forget you. I am giving you a copy of the song you sang with us on Christmas Eve. I'll always remember you. Love, Elfie. Granny, do you still have the tape? We want to hear the song, Rosie and James begged. All right, if you go to bed right now, I'll hunt for the tape first thing in the morning and we'll listen to Elfie the Elf. Rosie and James snuggled up in their beds and fell fast asleep, hoping morning would be just a blink away. The end.
Thank you guys so much. That was such an awesome reading. Thank you guys for watching. And I know that this is a little unorthodox, but I heard somewhere that Santa and Mrs. Claus don't tend to get gifts themselves for Christmas because they're, you guys are so generous and you're all about the giving. So I figured I'd do a little something a little different, break the mold. So I did go out and I got you a little something. So anyway, Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And we have something for you.
Yay! Oh, thank you. All right, should we all open them at the same time? What do you think?
Sure.
All right,
sure.
Let's go for it.
Okay.
Oh my goodness! It's an elf! It's Elfie the Elf! You guys, look at that! That's so cute! Oh my gosh, thank you so much!
Look at this! My goodness!
Oh my. That's so cute.
What do you have, Mrs. Claus?
Well, I don't want to rip the paper.
We got plenty of paper.
Okay.
Oh, look at that! Oh my goodness! Look at!
It's a miniature Mrs. and Santa Claus.
Oh my goodness!
That is so nice. Well,
Wonderful.
thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Thank
And
you.
thank you so much for my new elf. Do we match?
I think you do.
Right?
I think you match really
Adorable.
well.
Adorable. Oh, hey, little guy.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, and we also have something
Another
for
present
your
for me.
viewers.
Oh, okay. For my viewers. All right, I guess you guys get something too. So, wow, that's awesome. Thank you so much. All right, guys, here's what we're gonna do. We've got a surprise gift from Santa and Mrs. Claus right here. I definitely want to give it to one of you guys. All you need to do is comment below. I'll select a comment, and I'll let you know. Thank you so much for watching our Christmas special.
You know Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen. But do you recall the most famous reindeer of all? Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say,
Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight?
Then how the reindeer loved him, as they shouted out with glee, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history.
Bye!
Ho, ho, ho!
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas!
Ho, ho, ho!
Thank you so much for watching our Christmas special.
And you better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. He's making a list and checking it twice. He's gonna find out who's naughty or nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. Oh, you better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town.
Bye!
Bye!
Merry Christmas!
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas! Ho, ho, ho!
This is a Christmas song I wrote a long time ago. I hope you like it. Look outside, the snow is falling. Pretty little girl, get your boots on. We'll go sliding all day, baby. Come home to a house that's warm. Santa's coming tonight, baby. He's gonna give you just what you want. I got what I needed. Now I got some love to keep me warm. Eyes are shining in the distance, place to keep all our dreams. Mama's cooking in the kitchen, smells so good on Christmas Eve. Santa's coming tonight, baby. He's gonna give you just what you want. I got what I needed. Now I got some love to call my own. Lights on the tree, they twinkle. Eyes are closed, but she ain't tight. Carry her into her bedroom, looking like an angel tonight. Santa's coming tonight, baby. He's gonna give you just what you want. I got what I needed. Now I got some love to keep me warm. House has grown oh so quiet. Long since kissed my wife goodnight. Sitting here staring at my little girl. It's easy to find love on the face of a child as she waits for the morning to bring all her dreams. Santa's coming tonight, baby. He's gonna give you just what you want. I got what I needed. Now I got some love to keep me warm. Santa's coming tonight, baby. He's gonna give you just what you want. I got what I needed. Now I got some love to